What's poppin', sexies? It's your boy here, back for some more Fire Emblem Heroes, and we have the Datamine for Choose Your Legends 6. Very exciting stuff. We have the info for the Hall of Forms that we're getting this round. We have info on Geralt, who's looking like he might actually be the best Grand Hero battle unit, which is pretty insane. And then, of course, we have the inheritance restrictions for the brand new passive skills. So let's just start things off with Hall of Forms. So for FE7 Hall of Forms, we're getting Brave Eliwood, we're getting Summerlin, we're getting Pent, and then we're getting Eric. So pretty solid selection, not gonna lie. It's actually a lot better than I thought it would be. So Brave Eliwood is a pretty clutch option to get in there. He came out at a pretty awkward time where passives weren't insane like they are now. So he came with Swift Sparrow 3 and Speed Opening and Ruse. All that stuff is nonsense. You'd be much better off giving him better stuff. Like, let's say Attack and Speed Catch 4, or Attack and Speed Solo 4, or Surge Sparrow, and you give him Attack and Speed Menace, or Speed and Defense Menace. You give him Trace skills for the B slot. You give him Fatal Smoke. There's like so many good options you can give him for passives that I think he's a really strong choice here. And he's also a really slept-on cavalry unit in my opinion. He has the effective against Dragon and Beast combo, which is pretty rare. So I think there's a lot of uses for this guy, and he's a very solid form of choice. Summerlin is a skip. I would say don't worry about her too much until we see what her refine does. She doesn't really seem that impressive right now. Pent is a really good one too, because you can give him Kanto control and then just have him stand there menacingly, giving -1 cooldown count to all your mages at the start of the turn. And then he's also doing Kanto control as well. So Pent is going to be a really good supporter. And then Eric is a demote, so it's easy to get him a +10. So if you wanted to deck him out with some good stuff, now would be a good time to go for that if Eric is one of your favorites. But otherwise, he is a skip just like Lyn. So Eliwood's awesome, Pent is pretty good, and then Lyn and Eric are skips unless you want a +10 Eric. Okay, we're going a little out of order here, by the way, because normally I talk about stats before we talk about skills, but in the case of Geralt, I think he's good enough. We got to talk about this guy's weapon right now. So he has Breaker Lance, which is a perf lance, 16 might, 1 range, and grants attack up 3. At the start of the turn, inflicts attack and defense -6 and panic on the foe on the enemy team with the highest attack and defense total, and foes within 2 spaces of that foe through the next actions. This is godly, man. This is so good. Debuffing effects are really strong, and they're one of the easiest ways to make Grand Hero battle units really useful. Because if you think about it, this guy being a Lance Cav, is there any feasible way he's going to match the damage potential of someone like Brave Crom or Brave Eliwood? Probably not. So the way that you make a unit like this good is by giving him a supporty style of effect or a debuff effect that he can just stand there on the team and he's helping out even if he's not fighting. So really good there. Also, at the start of combat, if his HP is over 25%, he inflicts attack and defense -6 on the foe during combat, and he makes a guaranteed follow-up. So again, a really competent combat weapon there. If you need him to fight, he's going to be able to do pretty well. I've heard people say he's basically just a better version of Dusel, and he's free to play, and after reading his weapon, I think he is. Like, that doesn't seem like a stretch to me. So yeah, they really gave us the goods, man. This guy is awesome. Okay, then for his special, we got Dragon Fang at 4-star. We have Attack and Defense Catch 3 at 5-star. Unfortunate that's not 4-star, but whatever. And then we got Distant Guard 3 at 4-star. We have many sources of this, so that was a moot point. Alright, then for Selif's new A skill, we have Attack and Speed Clash 4. So the restrictions here is that it's only going to be for Infantry, Flyers, and Cavalry types, and also only melee types. So range units and armored units are not going to be able to use it. Kind of a bummer, I guess, but not really that big a deal. Range units already have good A skills anyway, so it's just another side option for the A slot. We have many. attack and speed boosting A-slots that are all pretty good. So there's like Unity, there's Solos, there's Catches, Ideals, Surge Sparrow. It's just pick whichever one is going to suit your needs the most. Okay, then we have Speed Tactic Infantry from the new Crom. And this one's got no restrictions at all. It's basically just tactic skill. So, very good. Give this to anyone you want, even staff units, and they can possibly grant speed up 6 and null follow-up to allies in 2 spaces. The null follow-up thing only goes to infantry allies, though, which is a little bit of a bummer. Still very strong. Alright, then, this is the one that I was the most afraid of. So, the finished skills, just read this passive, man. This is so crazy to me. You get attack and res up 7. If you're in 3 spaces of an ally, you get plus 5 damage when triggering a special. And every attack you do is healing you by 7 HP. Doesn't matter if you deal 0 damage, and if you attack the enemy twice, you're getting back 14 health, which is just completely insane. So, yeah, this one is pretty nuts. It's going to be infantry only, though, so armors, cavs, and flyers are left out. And I heard a lot of people saying they thought this was going to be dragon only as well, but it looks like that's not going to be the case. So, all infantry units, even range units, are going to be able to use this. So, Guinevere is a very happy camper. Also, Asker is going to be a really happy camper with this and Bulwark. So, really strong stuff. The finished skills are going to be where it's at. Keep an eye out for the rest of these when they come out. And then finally, we have Divine Pulse. I don't know why people thought this would be inheritable, because Ruptured Sky is inheritable, but Sublime Heaven was not. So I don't really see why people thought this would be inheritable. It's only usable by this Byleth here, so there you guys go. Okay, now let's go ahead and move on to the Boons and Banes, the stats, and the BSTs for the new heroes. We're going to start with Crom here, and out of all the artwork on this banner, this guy is probably my least favorite, at least in terms of his neutral art. I've seen some people saying he looks like he got stung by bees in the face, like his face looks a little bit chubby. I don't really care. That's not why I don't like this. I just think it's a little bland and boring. But when we go over here, this is where it starts to get good. So his attacking artwork, the action shot here, the pose looks really good. I love the fire emblem popping out in the front and then the lance in the back. And then we got a sparkle there on the lance. Pretty good. Then we got the special attack art over here. Nice that he's like dunking on the enemy with that lance. So, pretty cool. And then finally, the injured art, just a repeat of the attacking art, except with injuries, of course. So, I love this pose, so it's a pretty good choice. Alright, so our boy Crom has got 41 HP, 42 attack, 42 speed, 37 defense, and 17 res. And that gives him a BST overall of 179. And he's got double super boons on attack and speed. So real quick, what we're going to do is we're going to head over here and take a look at the highest BST total for Cavalry before this. And it was on Sane and Legendary Xander at 175. So in true Choose Your Legends fashion, they've ushered in the next wave of BST power creep. Melee calves are now going to be able to score 179, so that's going to be pretty interesting. The good thing though is that 180. If you get this guy with the super boon, he's only going to be up to 184, and that's not enough to be in the 185 bin. So you're not going to have to worry. Well, actually, no, Crom is going to be in the 185 bin because his assist scores 500 SP. Oh boy, that's not going to be fun. I was going to say, like, my point here was going to be all these guys are not scoring high enough to be in Arena besides Tiki. But no, actually, Crom does score high enough. 185 is like the bare minimum to use a unit in Arena now, so wow, that's not going to be fun fighting this guy in Arena. As far as how good he is goes, I think he's probably like the safe bet. If you don't know who you want to spark with the spark on the banner or the free pull, this guy is someone you can't go wrong with. His assist is like a power crept version of To Change Fate. He's just going to snag any of the positive stat bonuses any of your allies happen to have. So stuff like Vantage or Desperation or Bonus Doubler, Fallen Star, Resonant Blades, Resonant Shields, warp bubble, whatever you want to take, you just take it. Just repo, and then you grab all of the positive status effects. So a very busted assist there. And I've heard people saying, like, the Fallen Star thing is going to be crazy, but I think that's being a little bit overblown. Yeah, he can take it, but Claude has to attack first, and I think more often than not, this guy's just going to repo a unit that hasn't done anything yet. So for him to use Fallen Star, I don't think that's going to be too common, so don't worry about that too much. But him using all the other effects is pretty wild, so beware. This guy is going to be crazy. All right, next up we have the controversial Lady of the Night. So we got young/adult Tiki here. Very good artwork. Peneko R does not deserve to be bashed for this choice of artwork, so please leave the guy alone. He's a great artist, and he did a really good job here. It's just that a lot of people would have preferred if she was wearing something else. All right, here's the attacking artwork. And we got the special art. Again, really good. I love the pop of the, like, energy waves coming out of her Dragonstone there. And finally... Oh, wow. You got some legs showing off there, Tiki, huh? Okay, so I see you. Pretty good injured art for a multitude of reasons. We got legs, we got side boob. Pretty good. Definitely one of the main benefits to her wearing young Tiki's outfit, right? But anyways, let's go ahead and take a look at her stats. So we got 40 HP, 43 attack, 27 speed, 37 defense, and 41 res. That gives her a BST overall of 188, and she's only got one super boon, which is going to be in res. I was really hoping she'd have one in attack as well, but I guess it's not really a big deal. So let's take a look at where Infantry is at as far as BST goes. Okay, so she ties with Legendary Fa. So she's not ushering in the next wave of BST creep for Infantry, but yeah, it looks like Fa and Atlas, the Greek god himself, both of them are going to be able to score as high as Tiki. So there you guys go. All right, let's go ahead and move on to my boy here. This is the one that I'm actually the most excited for. Sigurd is my second favorite lord, and having Seliph here, Seliph is legit. This is his Gohan arc, where he turns Super Saiyan 2 and he takes the mantle from Goku to defeat Cell. This is basically Seliph's version of that, so I could not be happier with this artwork choice. A lot of people have been saying it's boring, but dude, if you're a Seliph fan, this is what you want. If you're a Seliph and Sigurd fan, I guess I should say, right? If you're a fan of both, it doesn't get any better than this, right? So there he is. Let's take a look at his stuff. So we got 40 HP, 43 attack, 41 speed, 37 defense, and 18 res for another 179 BST. He's going to score just as high as Chrom is. And then he's got super boons on speed and defense. Pretty good. Nothing, no real complaints there. Maybe plus attack would have been nice as well as an option, but speed and defense, all very good. Okay, then finally for the Brave Heroes, we got Byleth here. I really like this artwork a lot too. Besides Seliph, I think this is my second favorite art on the banner. So the two runner-ups actually stole the show for me in terms of artwork and design. I think they probably got the best ones. I love this too, by the way. This is one of the best special attack arts in the game, with the crest of flames there, and then I like that she's closing her eyes as well. Really awesome stuff there. And then we got the injured art, not quite as fan servicey as Tiki, but we can live with it. All right, so Byleth's got 39 HP, 41 attack, 43 speed, 26 defense, and 24 res. That gives her a 173 BST. And she's only got one super boon, which is in attack. Yeah, believe it or not, the women actually got shafted here in terms of boons and banes. All the men, even the free man, Geralt, got double super boons. So, what a time to be alive, where the women are getting shafted and the men are getting all the goods. Couldn't possibly be Faye, right? But here we are. Alright, so let's take a look at BSTs for flying mages, or I guess we should just count all range units. Typically, the flying mages score slightly less than the bow and dagger units, as we're going to see here. So yeah, Ninja Igreen scores 173, Ascended Florina's 172, Yeah, the melee or the physical range flyers score a little bit better than the ranged ones that are magic for some reason. I don't know why. Atri is the highest scoring mage flyer at 168. So mage flyers now jump to 173. They're going to be able to tie with the physical range flyers there. New BST creep. And then finally we got Geralt. So here is his artwork. Looking pretty good. There is the special attack art. Again, pretty good. I've never really been a big Geralt fan, honestly. He's just like Fodlan's version of Grail, except he's less cool. Grail is the daddy of all daddies in terms of Fire Emblem. But Geralt is like budget Grail, so he's definitely second place, I guess you could say. Alright, so for him, he's got 41 HP. We got 43 attack. We got 26 speed, 39 defense, and 30 res. And he's going to match BSTs with both Seliph and Chrom. Unfortunately, he doesn't have any perf passives or assists, so the two of them are actually going to score just a little bit higher than him, but it's not really a big deal when this guy has such a good weapon. He's going to be an awesome merge project for anybody. So that's going to wrap us up for the actual coverage on the Datamines. Let me know what you guys think, and we are going to be live streaming as soon as the actual update drops and we can play the new story maps and summon on the banner and all that good stuff. So that's going to be in just about 2 hours from now. Look forward to it, guys. And this is your boy Tacho signing out. So take care, fellas, and I'll catch y'all again on the flip side.